Okay, so for the first video, we're going to talk about a little bit of huddle work, a little bit of what I would use in scouting reports. We're going to go passing zones, and the reason we're going to talk about passing zones first because I want to get into secondary and cornerback work to start things off in the other videos. And I don't want to get into that without talking about this first because they correlate, and I'm going to refer to passing zones when I get into secondary talk. So it's important that I set this up first. So I had to draw this up in advance because I kept screwing it up. It's still not perfect, but I hope you can see what we got here. Sidelines, hash marks. So when we look at the passing zones, I have no idea how many other coaches use this. The couple guys that I've worked with, it wasn't something just wasn't that popular with them, but it's something that I value a lot. So again, we're going to go, how we break this down, you can see we have 1, 2, 3 zones. We're going to break this into 9, so it's going to look like a tic-tac-toe board, basically. And it's every 10 yards. So we're going 1. Imagine this is the line of scrimmage up here. So that's the ball right there. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 yards, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10-yard line here, we're going another 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take it to right there. So then we're looking left to right, top to bottom. Zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And again, I don't want to keep repeating myself, but we're looking at Hudl. What we're looking at is the targeted receiver. Could be a bad pass, could be a knockdown pass. It's where the intended target was at the time of the throw. So it's a little bit of a, sometimes you can get a little squirrely in here, or it's a bad throw or a batted ball or something like that. It doesn't matter. It's still the target. You can see, when you're watching film, you can see QB eyes. You know what he's trying to do with it. Why this is important for scout work, for Saturday prep, and then getting your team ready. Two parts. One, you want the guys to understand where the top threats are. If you see you got a QB coming at you that never challenges, that deep middle, nothing like that. You can coach your safety up depending on your frame, what it is you're trying to do. You can say, hey man, this guy he's only challenged that deep middle, 1 out of the last 30 throws, something along those lines. Just helps you with a nice tendency to be like, all right, you don't want that kid bailing on the middle because you never know, that one time could strike and hit you hard. But hey, you're looking to key in some different spots. It's big, under here. And again, keep in mind, this is 10, this is 20. Mesh routes. You get any kind of action like this coming through, you want your linebackers to know, one, you're going to see mesh. They're going to know that anyway from other type of prep. But then, is it a target, and where is the target coming from? Is it the route coming through and he's hitting on the backside, or he's hitting it early on the front side coming through? And you want to know. So it's a 2 target. They're targeting zone 2, and then go deeper within that. The linebackers are going to understand, is it the first or the second, and then you know how to coach the collisions within that. Same thing here. If we got a one receiver, 2 receiver, we get some kind of combo route there. You want to coach this corner up to know, hey, don't be whatever. Doesn't, obviously the scheme matters, whether you're in 1 or you're in 3 or 4. It doesn't make, it does matter, but you still want them to be mindful of, hey, three's a hot zone. For one, your DC needs to know it because it's gonna change some play calling. It's gonna change how you prep the week. But you just want your kids to know. You just want to be mindful. Hey, if this number 1 zone is targeted, something goofy, 45% of all passing plays. That's a pretty chunky number, 45% of all passing plays. You want that corner on that side to know, or maybe it's a flat player, a linebacker buzzing that spot. Boy, you want to rep them real hard in indie work that week and say, hey man, you're going to get action this week. 45% of throws are coming your way. It just helps with that mental challenge right there. Same thing, obviously it's really easy to take a look at zones 7 and 9. You're looking at maybe some type of crossing route, some kind of pattern, or just easy fades. Hey, this is their guy. This is their number 1 wideout. They throw the fade on, second, 8+, 60% of the time. Here comes fade. It's coming. For one, your DC needs to know it. Your secondary coach needs to know it. Your corners or your safeties need to know it. Just a really valuable piece of information to know in the passing game. So that's all it is. Again, it's zone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-yard increments. Cut them at the hashes. Have a 9-piece tic-tac-toe board, and you can piece your work together from there.